Hi and welcome. My name is Holly and I am with Perpetual Fitness Training. Thank you so much for joining me today. So today we're going to focus on the trapezius, or also called the trap. This is a muscle that runs quite a big portion of your back. There's an upper portion, a mid, and then a lower portion. We're going to focus on stretching all of those places. This is not a strengthening session. It is strictly a stretching, so make sure that you understand that before we begin. All you need today is a soft place to sit down or a mat. If you have some quiet music, some soft lights, whatever you like. At the very end, there is an option to do that stretch that I'm going to show you in a chair, or of course it can be done on the floor, but I wanted to give you an option. A lot of these can be done at work, at the desk, or if you're maybe stuck in traffic and need to release those traps, that's also something that can be done very easy. This is actually a very easy muscle to stretch as far as you can really kind of do it anywhere. So when you're ready, we're going to go ahead and start on the floor. So let's just get right to it. All right, to start, we're going to be in a comfortably seated position. I have easy pose. I'm sitting in easy pose. You can also take a block underneath those hips to lift the hips above the knees, and sometimes that will make this pose a little bit more comfortable. So we're just going to start with some shoulder rolls. So the first thing I want you to do is make sure we're up nice and tall. So find those sits bones. You're rooting down through the sits bones. You're in the center of those sits bones. I want you to reach the crown of your head. Like if I had my hand right above your head, you're trying to touch my hand with the very crown of your head. Bring length into that spine. We're going to take a nice big inhale, big exhale. And now we're going to inhale. We're going to shrug the shoulders, pull the shoulders back, pinching the shoulder blades together, and then slowly drop it down. Inhale up, pull back, exhale, drop. Again, inhale, pull back, and drop it again. Pull back. So you're just doing these really slow and controlled kind of shoulder rolls. Last one. Pull back and slowly back and down. Now we have a nice wide chest. We're going to drop right ear toward right shoulder. And this one, we're just letting gravity have our head. So we're not trying to bring our shoulder up to meet it. We're just letting that head fall. It may not fall very far. That's okay. Try not to force it. We're going to take a nice big inhale. Take it up. Exhale once again, ear to shoulder, trying to maintain everything in that core so you're nice and tight. Nothing moves. All that's moving is that head. And lift, big inhale. And exhale. Perfect. We're just going to hold here. And come on up, take an inhale. Let's do that to the other side. Exhale, ear to shoulder. And gently come up. So you'll notice if one side is tighter than another. Drop that head. And bring it up. So all we're doing right now is just warming it up. Drop it down. And just kind of getting that initial stretch in. And bring it up. Back to that first side. We're going to drop right ear toward right shoulder. You are welcome to stay here if you would like. You can take that right hand and grab right next to the temple, just above the ear. Take a nice big inhale. On the exhale, we're just going to slowly bring it a little deeper. We're holding this opposite hand. Your left hand can go behind your back, and you're going to drop that left shoulder. Ooh. You should get a much deeper stretch there. If you have plenty of stretch without that hand behind the back, you can stay right there. Don't feel like you have to go to the hand behind your back, but it does get a nice stretch in that neck. And now we're just going to release the head, keep the hand where it is, take a nice big inhale. And as we exhale, we're going to come back into it. Maybe we can go a little bit deeper. And you can stay right here. Or if you'd like, we're just going to rotate the gaze up toward the ceiling, stopping when you feel a different pull. And if it's not a comfortable pull, then I want you to bring that gaze back down to the floor. But if you can, see if you can just rotate a little bit. Keep dropping that left shoulder and just breathe. Focusing on the breath. Take a nice big inhale. And as we exhale, we're going to bring our gaze back down. We're going to release our hands and then just gently bring that head up. Now I want you just to give it a little zhuzh, a little shake, and just release that stretch. All right, moving to the other side, we're going to take ear to shoulder. We're gently reaching up and we're gently pulling. So for me, this is a much tighter side. This is a trap that is a constant problem for me because of my scoliosis. It's just the muscle that tries to counteract that twist. All right, so you can stay here, or if you would like, you can take that hand behind the back. So I have to work a little slower on this side just because it's a bit tighter. So feel free to take your time. Of course, you don't have to take that hand behind your back. Just hold and breathe. We're really trying to drop that right shoulder as we reach the head away from that anchor point. One more big inhale. And then as we exhale, we're going to take that head up, keeping the hands where they are. Take a nice big inhale. And again, gently, slowly to the side. So in these stretches, they should always be comfortable. They may be not your favorite thing to do necessarily, but they should not hurt. And then from here, if you'd like to turn that gaze up, once again, stop where you feel that new stretch hit you. Maybe a sticky spot, or it kind of feels like you hit a wall, and stay right there. And if it starts to release, of course, you always try to go just a little bit deeper, but we're never, ever, ever forcing that stretch. And we're going to go ahead and release that gaze. And then hands release, and we gently bring that head up. And then once again, just releasing that out. All right, from here, we're going to hold on to our knees, and we're C curving. So we're tucking that tailbone. We're pulling our belly in and up. We're bringing our chin closer to our chest and making our spine form the letter C. Now, you're going to hold on with your hands as you really lean back, but really hold on with your hands. So I want you to think opposition here. As you're C curving back, your arms are trying to hold you in place or almost pull you forward. And really open up through that mid back. You'll also feel that stretch move into that upper trap as well, with that neck in that curved position. And let's go ahead and come on up. Nice big inhale. And exhale, round and come deep again. Shoulders drop. Really important to keep them away from the ears as we round, holding on tight as we really reach our spine back. So just imagine you're trying to protract or separate those shoulder blades as much as you can. And the more you separate, the more you're going to feel that stretch. And then gently stack. Now, it's not just the traps we're getting in that stretch, and that's okay. Nice big inhale. And exhale, round and come back. Hold on. And now just breathe. If you'd like to kind of sway side to side, you're welcome to do that. Sometimes you can find kind of a stickier spot as you hit maybe a different angle in that muscle. Whatever feels good to you. This is your workout, your stretch session. So it's all about you. It's what feels the best for your body today. And coming back up. And then once again, we're just going to release that stretch. So we're moving on to a levator stretch. Now, levator is in that same general area as that upper trap. So sometimes when that's angry, it can make your trap feel angry as well, or vice versa. So we're going to go ahead and release it because it's just a yummy stretch anyway. So to start, we're going to go ahead and take right ear to right shoulder. This is going to feel very familiar. But this time we're going to rotate the gaze down toward the floor. We're going to think about tucking our chin toward our collarbone and our nose toward our underarm. We are going to reach up, with that right hand, and you're going to grab the base of the skull or your occiput. We're going to take a nice big inhale. As we exhale, you're just going to gently pull the chin closer to the collarbone, nose closer to the underarm, and you're really relaxing through this left side, and we're still staying stacked in that spine. So we haven't collapsed down on top of that, on top of your diaphragm. We're lifted up and off that diaphragm as you pull that head a little closer. Keep dropping that opposite shoulder. That's where you're really going to get that stretch. Release the head, come on up. Nice big inhale. Working in threes again. Exhale, we're going to come a little deeper. Maybe this time you want to take that left hand behind the back and really drop that shoulder. This makes a big difference in the stretch, but go where you can. If that's too much, then don't do it. You'll work your way there eventually. And we're going to release that. We're going to bring that head back up. Take a nice big inhale. All right, last time. Tuck, chin toward collarbone, nose toward underarm. We're going to take that hand behind us if you would like. Really drop at that left shoulder. Stay lifted in the heart. You're almost trying to lift through that sternum as you pull that head closer to your underarm. One more big inhale. And as we exhale, we're going to go ahead and release that. Come up to the side and then bring it around, and you can give it a little bit of a relaxation movement here, whatever works for you. Sometimes the head back and forth or forward and back. All right, let's go ahead and do it to the other side. So ear to shoulder. So now to the left. We're going to rotate that gaze toward the floor. We're going to tuck our chin toward our collarbone. We're going to bring that left hand up to the base of the skull. Take a nice big inhale, and as we exhale, nose toward underarm, staying stacked in the spine off that diaphragm. And take some nice deep breaths here. And we're just going to go ahead and release and come on up. Staying stacked, take a nice big inhale, give it a little break, and exhale, tuck. Chin toward collarbone, nose toward underarm. We're going to go ahead and have the option to take that right hand behind the back, really dropping that right shoulder, maybe tucking a little bit deeper, but we're really lifting up off that diaphragm, not arching in the back, but lifting through that sternum, just so we stay off that diaphragm, keeping our spine nice and straight, really dropping into that right shoulder. Breathe, always continuing that deep breath. And now we're going to release that. The hand can stay on the head. We're just going to lift that head up if you need a little release. And take a nice big inhale. And as we exhale, once again, tuck arm behind the back or not. And really get that nose toward the underarm. And we're just going to gently come on up, release the hand, bring that head back to center, and give it some movement here to release that stretch. All right, so moving into eagle arms, this is going to hit into that mid and upper trap. So we're going to take those arms out to the side like the letter T. The right arm is going to drop on the bottom. The left arm is going to drop on the top. And we're crossed at the elbows. We're going to bring the fingertips up toward the ceiling. You're going to try to get the back of the hands together. If that's pretty easy, you're going to bring that right thumb toward your face and try to get the palms together. But don't feel like you have to get into this position. This can be a difficult position for a lot of people for a lot of different reasons. So back of the hands, squishing those together, it works just fine. We're going to take a nice big inhale. As we exhale, we're going to drop our shoulders down as we lift our arms up toward the ceiling. And as we press those shoulders down, we're going to really feel that stretch happening through that shoulder. Breathe. So the focus of the breath is in that upper back, just above those shoulder blades. One more deep inhale. And as we exhale, we're going to release that. We're just going to give it a little zhuzh. And then we're going to move to the other side. So arms come out into a T. We're going to drop the left arm down, right arm on top. We're going to bring those fingertips toward the ceiling, back of the hands together, or left hand toward your face, and then come across and try to get into those hands together position. Again, you don't have to, just do what you can. Nice big inhale. As we exhale, we're going to lift our arms up as we press our shoulders down. Again, working in that opposition again. Arms are lifting up as the shoulder blades are being pressed down. And just breathe again into that upper back, closing those eyes. Just focus on that breath. Take one more nice big inhale. And then exhale, we're going to release that and just give it, again, just a little shake. All right, so now we're moving into tabletop position. So coming onto all fours. If you have a block, so my knees can kind of give me a lot of trouble sometimes. So a block is a great option for one of the poses we're going to do. You can have it just off to the side. So from tabletop, your wrists are directly underneath the shoulders. The knees are directly underneath those hips. The tummy's nice and tight. The first move is a cat and cow. We're going to drop that belly down. We're going to look up. Open the collarbones. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale, tuck and round. In opposition again, pushing against the floor to really press that mid-spine up. And inhale, drop, look up. Open through the collarbone. Exhale, tuck and round. Really push, 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 push. Inhale, drop and look up. And exhale, tuck and round. And coming back to the center. That mad cat really kind of targets that mid trap. So that's a great one to do if that midsection is really bothering you. You can continue to do that stretch. We're going to take those hands out in front of us. Take a nice big inhale. As we exhale, this is where we're going to come back into child's pose. So here might be where you need that block. You can take that block in between your hamstring and your calf, or between your heel and your glute, just whatever your knee needs help with. So nice big inhale. As we exhale, coming back, and as you come back, you're really kind of focusing on sitting back but reaching those arms away as you let the head drop. Even though you're kind of reaching with the fingertips, you are not bringing the shoulders toward the ears. We're trying to bring the shoulders down the body toward your back pockets. Stay focused on that breath. It needs to be in that center of your spine. So kind of think right in between those shoulder blades. Nice big inhale into that area. And then exhale as you knit those ribs back together. Nice big inhale. And exhale. And one more time. Nice big inhale. Slow exhale. Now we're just going to come up slightly. We're going to take the hands to the right. So a little rotation here. You're going to feel this along the left side. Take a nice big inhale. As we exhale, we're going to sit back, and we're really focusing now on reaching with that left hand. And once again, breathe where you feel it. So nice big inhale. And exhale. Deep inhale. Slow exhale, bringing those ribs back together. Nice big inhale, trying to separate those ribs. Slow exhale. Coming up just a little bit so that we can rotate to the other side. So this time it will be felt through that right side. Take a nice big inhale, exhale, sit all the way back. Pulling back on that arm, but reaching out with those fingertips and breathe. Deep inhale. Separate those ribs with that inhale. And then exhale, bring everything back together. One more time, nice big inhale. And exhale. Now we're going to bring it back to the center. We're going to walk those hands in so that we can gently come back up into that tabletop position. Moving into a thread the needle. So from here, we're going to take that left hand behind the right, and my fingertips are pointing away from the body. We're going to slowly walk that the left hand out as we're slowly dropping that left shoulder to the floor. This is a great place again for the block. If you can't quite reach the floor, you can bring that block underneath that shoulder, and it will help you to relax in this position. If this is enough, you can stay right here. The next step is to push with the right hand into the mat so that you can get a little bit more rotation, trying to look up to the ceiling. But make sure that rotation is happening from the spine, that you're not doing it through the hips. The hips might move a little bit, but really focus on spine, pressing that shoulder down as you bring that rotation in. Now, once again, breathe into that spot that you feel. If you're not feeling anything, focus on the breath into the back rib cage, trying to separate those ribs. Last one, nice big inhale. And exhale, we're just going to slowly undo that, coming back into that tabletop, and now to the other side. So right hand behind left, walking that out. We're going to drop that right shoulder down, using a block if you need to. Left hand is next to us. Take a nice big inhale. You can stay right here, or exhale and try to turn and look up at the ceiling and just breathe. So you never want to go to the point where you're cramped or anything hurts. Just find that rotation that works for you and work from that position. If you start to get too tight or you're fighting it too much, your body will not be able to stretch and relax. Breathing into that back rib cage. So this side is much tighter on me. One more time, big inhale. And exhale. Let's go ahead and unwind and come back up. All right, coming back down onto our glutes. This will be our final position. So there's lots of ways to do this next one. I'm going to show you from this seated position, and then I'm going to go ahead and take a seat on my bench, and I'll show you from that seated position. So we're just going to grab a hold of the knee. We're going to C curve and round. So for this particular one, I have the right leg forward. I'm grabbing hold, I'm rounding. Now you're welcome to interlace those fingers, come back. I have mine stacked separate. You can stack them together. Any of that works fine. We're going to take a nice big inhale and a big exhale, and just feel once again those shoulder blades moving away from each other. And now from here, this top arm is going to reach out. We're going to stay in that protracted position, and we're just going to start to bring rotation into it. And you're going to go until you feel that stretch, and you're going to hold. Maybe you can come back a little deeper, and you're just going to hold. It should feel good. And we're going to come back to the center and sit up nice and tall. We're going to go ahead and switch the leg. And the arm that's going to reach is also going to switch. So once again, up tall, big inhale, exhale, round and come back. Let those shoulders drop. And now we're going to reach out with the right hand and then rotate, really protracting, separating that shoulder blade from the other or from the spine. Reach until you feel the stretch and kind of play with the angle here. It's easier to play with the angle when you're in a seated like chair position, but do what you can to really open up through that mid-trap. Breathe. And then slowly return to the center. So you can do that again if you're in on the floor, or if you want to, you can come into that seated position. So from this one, we're going to start again with that right leg. We're going to take a hold of that leg. We're going to bring it up toward the chest, and we're going to round and lean back. So you really get a lot more kind of lean back in this position. We're going to hold and breathe here. Take a nice big inhale. On the exhale, that left hand comes up, and we reach across the body, protracting, maybe even coming down toward the floor. Keeping that belly in nice and tight. And we're going to go ahead and release it, coming back to the center. Up nice and tall. Let's go ahead and switch. Grab that other knee. Big inhale. Exhale, round, lean back. And you're really kind of thinking about dropping that knee down to help really kind of pull those arms away from the body. That will help the shoulder blades retract. And if this is yummy, you can stay right here. Or if you want to bring a little bit more rotation, release that right arm and rotate, really trying to separate those shoulder blades. Hold that tummy in nice and tight as you're dropping that knee away. One more big inhale. And exhale, we're going to come back to the center, and we're going to sit up nice and tall. All right, I hope that helps you with any tight traps that you have. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll catch you next time.